And but I wanna there was one especially because in the Riwagabo, but because people wanted to find out was it COVID or not, you know, and a news reporter will about the family, was it COVID, you know, and then a lot of people found that question insensitive. Is it insensitive to find out how a person died?
Man, I remember I was telling y'all that there was somebody from our past that I recently found out died.
Yeah.
And last year. But I haven't seen the person in probably 5
years.
5 years, right? But it's someone that I knew. I'm like, hi man, and now Facebook now has this feature where when the person has passed away, I don't know who notifies Facebook, but there's a pop-up. There's a pop-up that says that allows you, that directs you to a memorial wall. It directs you to a memorial wall.
Damn.
Where
all the RIP messages.
Yeah, when you click on that, it'll take you through all the messages that have been coming through of the RIP, people talking about the memories that they had and all of that there. Bro, it took me up to 30 minutes
to find out,
trying to find out how the person died. Because yeah, and whoever I could ask, I didn't know. You see, so it was going to be a really weird thing to just come in and, you know, and just when I thought I had the answer, somebody would ask what happened, and in a post that had maybe over 200 comments, you'd have maybe 10 to 20 people asking what happened, and none of them would be answered.
Nobody would say.
But there'd be replies to other stuff. Comments. But the ones that says what happened,
nobody's answered.
So I had to keep going from post to post to post to post until, because at some point somebody answered that question.
Yeah, when I won.
At some point somebody answered that question, but then it wasn't being answered because it's a sensitive question. I don't know why. Yeah, but for some reason
it's the first thing you want to know.
It is. So mutona fitla botsa potse you know ka like wa bana le mothaga I don't know in the tweeting ibile ne ka wa papa hele man because he in le ena fela he in those comments aga ba batho moting what happened I was grateful for him because had he not said anything I would not have known who
but it's a human thing to want to know. I'm gonna with Bob how I found out it was you how no poster I saw no posting in the group uwaga Bob and then I thought you know, social media killed Bob, you know. And then, no, man, regular check out Twitter, you know what I'm saying? And then I can check out trending topics. Yeah. I can check out trending topics. I want to RIP Bob my bed, and then the next thing was, what happened? What happened? I wanted to know what happened.
We're an inquisitive society.
Yeah.
I also want to know what happened.
Then I want to know what happened.
Yeah, but people find it so intrusive.
I think.
Why?
Yeah, I think, for the most part, people don't have a problem with death that does not attract stigma, or the cause of death that does not attract stigma.
Say again?
I think for the most part, people don't have a problem answering a question about the cause of death if it does not attract stigma.
Okay.
I.e., motoric AIDS.
Accident.
What we believe as a family in a negative light.
Okay. So if you got AIDS, you don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it. If maybe you know, you feel like maybe it shows a week, whatever. But I feel for the most part, if people feel like the cause has an element of stigma, they don't want to answer it.
Okay.
Suicide, for instance, as well. Or suicide.
So the suicide. Like suicide. Even up to today, Jeba's family has not said what killed him.
Yeah, they've never confirmed. And I know one story, but I read another. So, and I'm still not sure how the whole
don't have an official
version
statement from the family that says all you know Jeba or Seal.
Yeah.
The speculation is fueled by the fact that he was open about all these things.
Yes.
But they left it at the speculation level.
And what I caught was one that he talked about previously, but I'm not sure whether it was that case, Lino.
Because he had 2 attempted.
Yeah, because he had attempted before.
So, yes, I think when something attracts stigma, or yeah, like
And they fucking yeah, I got shot, my nigga. Just
man, I got
just say you got shot.
So I get it.
Yeah.
But if you kulela or this people are quick to say actually. In fact,
it was a car accident.
As the news break out, car accident claims singer.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Yeah. Or sickness, cancer.
Like alcohol, addiction, whatever.
Yeah, drugs. Yeah.
No one wanna say.
Yeah.
It took a while.
It took a while.
What was the cause?
It took a while. Took a while with me.
Yeah, it took a while because there's a stigma attached to it.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Hey man, but we want to know, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if I get it.
Yeah.
The stigma thing, you don't get it.
But
if it's a stigma, I get it.
Well, I guess maybe the statement is, I don't accept it. I get it, but I don't accept it. Because I feel like,
how easy would you, if you say if you were facing a death that had stigma attached, like suicide, how easy would you say to the hundred of questions that what happened? Would you say?
I think I would say. I mean,
I would also say.
Right, suicide.
Yeah, I would say, bro. Like, I mean, we've had people that died through suicide. We've had people that died through HIV and AIDS.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I've been cagey about. You know, when somebody asks me, you know, how did your father pass away? Like, I tell you. You know, it's not. I'm not cagey about like.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I feel like when somebody dies, that's the first thing you want to ask, because people don't just disappear from the face of the earth, bro.
Yeah, check.
So if they die, then
check. Especially with the suicide one, then people the follow-up questions. If I say suicide, leave it at that.
No, I don't have to leave it at that. Your choice is to decide whether you want to answer me or not.
Yeah.
But I can't leave it. I'm not going to leave it at that.
It's suicide.
It's suicide, yeah. Well, they're going through some things like, nah, I'd rather not talk about it. All right, cool.
But
don't tell me what to ask, what not to ask. Like, Wangatil.
I'm saying read the fucking room.
Okay, let me ask the question this way, because there's this obsession as well about respect for privacy. And whatnot. Because I feel like there are positive benefits to society to knowing the cause of death.
Okay.
Could be medical.
They can be, yeah.
They can be. So I think it's also a balancing with it. You asking that question. So sometimes I put some photo purely for ratarita.
Yeah.
Like, don't add value to your life. It's like movies. You just like, I don't know how it ends and whatnot. Like, then there's things where I feel like revealing it, even AIDS, that then you destigmatize it if it's a famous person. So I know if a family famous, I feel like they should, because then how you are helping society with the revealing of the cause is that you are taking away the stigma. So in that instance, I agree. Or if serial killer everybody keeps dying there. So I want to know. I want to know how you died.
Yeah, and there's been a few famous people who've died of it where the family revealed it.
If it's suicide and we are highlighting this whole thing, mental, what, I agree that...
Like how Kanye Dlandla did with his brother.
Yeah.
Maybe I should say that I don't feel that there's an obligation to answer to the public at large. You know? Which would then maybe render what I said previously.
Okay, did I fuck up that name? Fuck it, guys.
What happened?
Jesus, but I fucked up Kaya's name. Saying Dlandla. What the fuck did I say? Man, fuck y'all niggas, yo. Okay, cool.
Names alone. Which would then render what I said invalid because I think it would only matter as far as the people that you know are concerned. I don't think that there's any obligation on your part to answer to the general public on social media about what happened to a family member.
Word.
I don't think you have to do any of that, you know.
Even for high celeb, high profile?
Even because they're people with families, bro, you know, and I do think that the cause of death is not necessarily a secret. You just don't know because you're not close enough to the circle. You don't know, you know, but you might find that there could be up to 50, 100 people that know, that are in close proximity to that person.
That didn't have to be a public
It's not a secret.
Yeah. It's just that if the person is high profile,
you know, and if you so happen come into contact with one of those 50 to 100 people, then you might know too. But if you don't,
went on Facebook,
like I had to go look for it because
you had to go find it.
Yeah, I had no grounds. Like in the inbox to say, I just found out mama
what happened.
Do you know what happened? I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
And also I think the gravity of death, that's why like every time somebody dies, even our response doesn't make sense. Like the same thing in the work on Hamutar. 5 minutes ago, as if a person you've seen 5 minutes ago can die.
They'll die.
So it's like the sudden stop to somebody's life.
Yeah,
it invites a lot of...
It's a shock, bro. It's a shock.
Inquiry.
Yeah.
You know, if you were healthy, I want to find out, like, was it health? Because you were healthy. And then when we find out an heart attack, we're like, it still doesn't make sense to me because you look so healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I have a bit of an issue with is when people disappear. They've been abducted, you know, and... we have to retweet and share posts.
And then
they get found either dead or alive.
And we can't ask.
I hate that.
And we can't ask.
I don't like that.
Yes, I hate that.
Now we gotta ask.
Yes, I hate that. And
and then just like, kind of getting, just be happy they were found.
Respect their privacy.
Yeah, respect their. Now fuck that.
Yeah.
I want to know.
that guy wrote that.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah,
where the fuck were you?
And bro? You know why? I go.
Where the fuck were you? Tell us, bro. Like,
like there's nothing as scary in an African household than Holashla Homoto and then Abafumano.
Bro.
Or an attempted suicide. Attempted suicide. That's not telling.
I'm a bit.
Yeah. And I remember like a few weeks ago, I got my brothers in Cape Town, right? I mean, there was at this one point, a old lady tried to call him. I saw her phone. So old lady then gets scared. Calls me. I remember, when last did you speak to your brother? In the groups like days ago, right? And then over to my sister. I know, I've been trying to call this nigga, I can't find him. Yeah. So it was like a span of a few hours, you know, and we were trying to call his girl and as well and whatnot. I'm told. And then as soon as he answered his phone, right? Because Kare apparently never delayed phone never like phone did we say metsi. So Abaraka Tilili or whatnot. And then he hits obviously the first question. Where the fuck were you, bro? Where the fuck were you? That's the first fucking question. Like we've been searching for you, bro.
I live so much.
Yeah, where the fuck were you?
Sense about stress.
It's like you know how as a parent how careless you look.
That's one, right?
I from an obscure place,
dog. And you looked away for 1 second and disappeared.
She went through a lot
just to get back to you. Because they were scared too, trying to find you.
She was terrified wherever the fuck she was.
Bro.
People want
people want to know, bro.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because our life stopped.
Yeah, and we were looking for you.
We're not on phone.
Nah, you gotta tell us where you were.
And people's lives stopped.
You gotta tell us where you were, bro. You gotta tell us.
What's up? Suicide.
You gotta tell us.
The black family.
Sharp.
Never sharp. Yeah, man, and suicide is like one of those things.
Go back to the original question. The reason I have a problem with those ones, because now your missing has ceased to be a family matter. You've involved the public.
Yeah.
So now that you've involved the public, it means something has happened, because we keep getting these missing, but we don't know a percentage of these missing people. In their phone just happened to be off, or they ran off with boyfriends. So we don't know out of 100% of these cases.
Or they were kidnapped.
Or they were kidnapped. Because then it's in the public interest to know there's a kidnapper out there. There's a syndicate. And the reason why I feel like it's because they know that the reasons they were missing were not honorable.
Yeah.
Or the circumstances under which they were missing.
They
will attract a stigma.
And especially
Well, I could be wrong. It could be a case of but not every family wants to be open about.
Okay, that's fine.
Point.
Yeah, I get you.
But rape in itself is a stigma.
Yeah, then say it, bro. You don't have to say rape.
It was abduction.
Yeah, okay, like a booty case. Like there's ways you can word it. Sorry, this person got themselves in a very serious situation. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's abduction, rape, whatever. There's ways without having to say the words to say hore mutona and reportile saying thank you for your efforts. You know what I'm saying? I think c'est le tolore hi, yeah, I'm told to respect our privacy. Where was this nigga?
The same thing as